Hi, my name is Andrew Berman. I'm a project consultant at HRP, and this is HRP Explains AutoCAD Volumes and Surfaces. At HRP, we not only do environmental engineering work, but we do some civil design as well. Common projects that we do within civil design is things like slab design or roadway. When you're doing these types of projects, it's very common that you need to generate a surface that's going to have to be fit to an existing surface. AutoCAD is a great tool to create the surfaces and then calculate the necessary volumes in between. When you are doing slab and roadway design, you are often needing to calculate either the volume of the concrete that's going to be used as the slab, or if you're doing a roadway, you're going to need to figure out the volume of aggregates or pavement. Typically, a project begins with a survey that was taken out in the field and then brought into AutoCAD. Oftentimes, these surveys contain things like contour lines that you see here and existing structures like the building layout. Because the client wants a concrete slab poured onto an uneven surface, we will look at how the existing soil needs to be graded. In this case, from the survey, we are displaying the existing contours, the building outline, and some columns within the building. The existing contours will represent the existing surface or the ground level. What we want to do in this project is create a concrete slab that is going to go on top of the existing surface. That is going to be the same area as the outline of the building here. So what you can do in AutoCAD is the existing contours from the survey are already going to be a surface themselves, and you want to make the surface for your concrete slab. Now, within engineering design, you want to create a slab that's going to be capable of bearing the correct weights, but you don't want to use too much material or too much concrete. So in this case, we want to create a slab onto the existing surface, and we do not want to use an excessive amount of concrete. So what we want to do is grade the existing surface. That way the concrete we place is at a required thickness, but is not overly thick in some spots or too thin in other spots. So an example of what a cross-section might look like somewhere along this slab would be this, where the purple is the slab that we want to place, the proposed slab, and the white line would be the existing surface. Now, the ultimate goal of creating the surfaces and eventually calculating volumes is to determine the amount of cut, which would be soil that needs to be removed because it is above the proposed elevation, or fill, which is areas where you're going to need to add material to fill in the empty space where the existing elevation is below the proposed elevation. Creating two surfaces, the existing surface and the proposed surface, allows you to see the areas that need cut or fill, and using AutoCAD, you will be able to calculate the actual volumes of material needed. So once you have the survey brought in the existing surface, we want to set the slab at a certain elevation. In this particular project, we looked at the existing contours and determined that we want to set the proposed slab at a certain elevation of 103.8 feet. We choose this elevation hoping that it evens out the amount of cut and amount of fill that is going to be needed. That way you don't have to remove excessive amounts of soil or bring in excessive amounts of soil. What you can do in CAD is create a flat surface at the 103.8 foot mark and then compare the two surfaces, the existing surface from the contours and the proposed surface, to then calculate the volume of cut and fill that will be needed. As you can see here, if you look at the AutoCAD front view, the proposed surface is the purple line that you see here that's highlighted, and the existing ground level does cut above it here, but is below it over here. So we know that there's going to be cut and fill required for this particular project. So what we did within AutoCAD was we created a proposed surface that may be above or below the existing surface. We're going to use the two surfaces within the program to then calculate the volume of existing soil that will either need to be cut or filled within this area. Once you have created the surfaces using the surface creation tool within the tool space section of AutoCAD, you can then compare the volumes between the two surfaces. In our case, we can now see that there's going to be a cut of 3 cubic yards and a fill volume of 4 cubic yards. The amount of fill and the amount of cut are almost even, creating a net volume of 1 cubic yards of fill. Commonly, you want to balance these out within any project to eliminate the need for excessive amounts of borrow material or having to ship away excessive amounts of material. And that is surfaces and volumes in AutoCAD. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching our video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and don't forget to go into the links in the description and connect with HRP so we can help you move your environment forward. See you in the next video.